Okay, welcome to Divine Intel. Right now, I have online Karen McCoy, my sister in Christ,
Hi.
Karen McCoy, and say hi, Karen.
Hi, everybody.
Tell us where you are right now, Karen.
Actually, I'm on vacation
She's on
for about
vacation.
10 days. But,
Okay.
yeah, I'm doing good. I noticed I've had a lot of emails, Ben, and some messages on Facebook, people worried where I am and why I'm not on your show anymore. But I really wanted to just tell them that everything's great. You and I are still good friends. I'm still around. I'm helping you a lot every day. But I'm actually working on my own show. You'll be happy. I need time to work on my own show because, of course, I also work full time for another ministry. So my time is very tight. So I am going to be working with you on your special reports as well, and I will be live on those. And so nothing is wrong. We just are switching things around and bringing in something new, which I'm excited about. I'm really excited about, actually. The funny thing, Ben, is God told me that there was going to be a bend in the road and that he was opening up other things for me. And so he's really pushing me to do my own teaching and my own updates and things like that. So I'm working with a couple of people and getting that put together so they can watch for that. And I know you're going to be telling them when it's ready, right?
Yeah, of course. So this is good that you took the time to call me on my show because there's a lot of rumors out there that I fire you, that I no longer talk to you.
No.
So I think it's time that we stop the rumors, and there's nothing wrong with me and you. I publicly has appreciate your support.
Yeah.
There's nothing that words are not enough to appreciate you, seriously. And I told her personally that I will always support her, that I will always be there for her. And you are very important part in my show. So, this is Karen McCoy, and, and she's actually, and doing her stuff. And, I want you guys to know that I'm going to promote her new show, and there's nothing wrong with us. Right, Ken?
Nothing at all, Ben. Not one thing.
There you go.
I was thinking, after we did all this, I was thinking maybe we should have warned the people a bit, but that's okay. We apologize. It was a quick switch because I was leaving town, so everything's great. Everything's great. Everything's better than great, actually. I'm excited.
We need to embrace changes, guys. See that? We need to embrace changes. And I know I have a lot of emails asking me, where's Karen? What do you do with Karen? What do you do with Karen? What are you talking? What do I do with Karen? Anyway.
You know what? They're just used to me being around more. And if Ben needs me, he knows that I'm here. If something happens and he needs me on the show, I'm always available. But it's a good thing, not a bad thing.
All right, guys. So you see, guys, that's just to clear the rumors. In the Netherlands, she's still around. She's still going to be in my show, in special reports and pay-per-view. She's still going to be there. Yep. She's no longer going to have the live shows or live broadcastings because she's doing her own thing right now. And it's understandable. We need to manage our time, right?
Yes, and that's exactly it. It's time management. So I know we were talking about lightening up the PowerPoints, lightening up this, and I think it's all a good thing, and it's less stress for you too. One of the things, Ben, that people don't realize is that our time, my time in Canada is 3 hours ahead of you. Yeah. So when you wake up, it's my lunchtime. When you have supper, I want to go to bed.
That's right. And I end up the same way.
In the middle of the
I end up with the same way, guys, because I have a little surprise with all of you, okay? I'm going to have a little surprise. Right after this little interview, I'm going to have a little surprise to all of you. And it's just part of life, changing, upgrades, changing changes, vibrates. We need to manage our time.
Yeah.
Right, Karen?
Exactly.
All right. Thank you so much, Karen.
Ben and I, we talked a lot about it.
Exactly.
Anyway, God bless everybody. If you need me, you message me on Messenger or send me an email, and I'm always available.
Thank you, Karen.
God bless you, Ben.
All right, God bless you. All right, thanks. All right, guys, you hear it. There's nothing wrong.
Not at all.
Welcome to Divine Intel, and today we're going to go through some tweeters for your end of the month report. And I have a little special announcement. In the beginning of this video, you heard me talking over the phone with Karen McCoy, and you saw her. You heard from herself that I did not fire her. It was a mutual understanding, and she needs to go on her own platform. She needs more time for her own show. But I need to make sure that everybody understand the new platform that I'm going to go right now. So I'd like to make the official welcome to Sheila Marie. You can see her picture right now. And this is Sheila Marie. She is my new psychic. So psychic or whatever. Say hi.
Hi, everybody.
All right. So that's Sheila. She's going to be from now on my live shows and my videos. And she's going to be helping me going through this intel. So please give her a good welcome, warm welcome to Sheila Marie. She's also going to tell us a little about her. I'm going to show you right now a video that will show just a little bit of her career in the entertainment business. But just before I show you the video, I need you guys to listen what she said. She's let her, speak for herself. Tell us about your background, Sheila.
Well, I'm actually a pro diver, but I have been doing motion picture and film for quite some time. I'm a motivational speaker, and I own Catwalk, which is a family-operated business for some years now. We touch base on economic issues within our communities, and we try to spread awareness.
Beautiful. We're going to talk about the spirit learners in another shows. And also we're going to talk more about her career in the entertainment business. She's fantastic. You guys, if you saw the video, if you're going to see the video right now, you're going to see that she's a very talented woman in the business. She is involved with the community. And she's a very beautiful human being that I'm so proud to have her in my show.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So, all right. So let me just give you 5 minutes before we go on to the intel, so you can get acquainted who is Sheila Marie is all about. All right. So watch the video and enjoy it.
I was not a mom. My drug was my everything.
In the past, I've used drugs in front of my children. I've had my daughter threaten to call the police on me.
There was a point in my life where I started thinking about suicide because it was just out of my hands, and I know I couldn't do that because of my brother, and he would hate to see me go. He wouldn't know what was going on. I'd feel terrible about that.
In 2011, I was watching a television program on the You Can Speak For Me organization ran by Hope Dudley, who had lost her son due to a murder. Immediately, it reminded me of a story in my life. In 1979, I had an aunt that was murdered, and to this day it remains an unsolved cold case. At that time, I wanted to take the initiative to give back to our community.
Taylor Marie from International Productions and Talent, she had came to me with an idea for a catwalk. And at that time, I'm saying just the name of it, I didn't understand what she wanted to do, but she had a great idea. And she thought that my organization and my facility can help because we work with a lot of the unprivileged youth.
I've been involved with fashion and glamour my whole life, so I wanted to be able to find a way to give back to the community.
She wanted to intermix my mission as far as be able to work inside the community and also fashion together. I told her that was a wonderful idea. So what we did, we put our heads together. I designed the sets. She put the fashion on top of it, and we came up with the catwalk.
It's very hard to put together a show like this because there's a lot of things that are involved with this show.
With 25 different girls with 25 different attitudes and 10 guys that have varying experiences when it comes to model, and putting that all together to make a real cohesive show is a huge undertaking.
There's a lot of sweat and hard work that goes into getting these beautiful ladies together. This is not a show that's for size 0 and just a little up. We're doing sizes from 0 all the way to 30 something. So this takes a lot of time.
We go 24 hours a day, some days before the event. We are tired by the time the event comes. We are worn down, but we push through.
Last year, we did it within a 6-week period of time. The day before the production, the whole building had a roof leak, and an hour before the show, and so we came together, we had a prayer, and then we put together as a team and got everything together within an hour and put the show on. It was a huge success.
In 2011, we helped out many charities. This year, we focused on suicide and drug prevention. We were surfing the internet and we stumbled upon a video, and it touched me in a way that this little girl, Haley Mitchell, her story was inspirational. And I knew that if it touched me, it could touch other people out there in this community.
I created that video.
All right, so you saw the video, guys. She's really talented, like I told you before. And we're going to go through, later on, we're going to go through some questions about her and what it's like to be in that industry. She's also a dancer, I believe, right? You are a dancer?
Choreographer.
Choreographer, all right. But you need to be a dancer, right?
Many years ago.
Okay. Also, she's a director, a producer. My goodness, you have a lot of titles. Mm-hmm. Okay, and also a leader in the community. All right, guys. Well, let's continue with the intel. I posted right here on Twitter who is the real sponsoring of DRB. The Cabal, 8.5%. Some of you believe that the Cabal is the real sponsor of DRB. The New Elite, 69.9%. And why? Because I talk about the New Elite all the time. The Dragon Family, those people who believe that those are the good guys, 7.8%. And the Vatican, 13.7%. Now, let me explain to you guys what many of you said that the New Elite is sponsoring the RB. The reason is because both me and Johnny, we've been talking about it. The New Elite is not sponsoring the RB. They are taking us to the new paradigm, along with the Earth Alliance. Okay, those are two elites that are taking us to the new the new paradigm. The dragon families is a bunch of criminals that want to take over, and they give all the credit, all the praises from the real entity.
Oh, I know.
You know, who do you think is the real sponsoring of DRB?
The Vatican.
Oh my God! You scared the hell out of me.
Oh, Benny.
Yes, people. The Vatican is the real sponsoring of DRB. You might say, that's because you're Catholic, Benny. You are filthy pagan, Benny. No, people. Let me give you some facts. This is facts, not BS from the gurus. Why? Well, let me explain to you. The Vatican has something that many of my brothers, separated brothers, I'm talking about Protestants, cannot admit and don't like to admit. The Catholic Church has history. 2,000 of years history. What happened? All right, let me put it in English. How much gold did Spain take from the New World? Because the Spanish were the one who discovered Spain. I mean, America, right? I mean, the continent of America, right? Mm-hmm. I'm not talking about the United States. But they took about between 1500 and 1650, the Spanish imported, hold on guys, I'm having a little difficulty right here. All right, 1 second guys. All right, so the Spanish imported 181 tons of gold and 16,000 tons of silver from the New World. In today's money, that much gold will be worth nearly $4 billion, and the silver will be worth over $7 billion. But that's under the current value. How many times I have told you that under the current value, gold is nothing. Mm-hmm. We need to have gold to $10,000 the ounce, and then it will be activated. Okay, I've been telling you this. This is why many people have been brainwashed. Oh, let's activate the gold. And everybody's just crazy. No, that's not the work the economy works. So who has all the gold of the world? Not the Chinese. Not the so-called dragon family. If that was the case, you're going to see the picture right there. If that was the case, that the Chinese have all the gold, why do they own us $1.6 trillion? You're going to see the picture right there. They own us because they do not have all the gold of the world. Those are facts. Those are facts. They even told you that the Chinese helped the United States to be built. For all the people to know, I'm going to give you facts. Do you know who created the Western civilization? Do you know who brought all the morality and the freedom of religion and capitalization, meaning being free of making money? The Catholic Church. Yes, we did.
Wow.
That's a fact. And many people don't like facts. Facts don't care about your feelings.
Very interesting.
Okay? The Catholic Church was the one who built up the Western civilization. They're the ones by Christopher Columbus who came over, and that's how the Catholic Church spread the word of God throughout the world. They did it in America, they did it in Africa, they did it everywhere. Okay? And they have all that gold, yes, because the conquistadores, they came over, they invade, and they rip off all the gold and all the silver from all those countries. Those are facts. Let me show you. Before I show you that, here we go. Let me just put it in English again. All these countries, take a look. They were colonized by the Spanish. Today, Argentina, Bolivia, Chile, Colombia, Costa Rica, Cuba, Dominican Republic, Ecuador, El Salvador, Equatorial Guinea, and Guatemala. And there's more. There were more colonies around the world. Philippines was a colony of the Spanish. They took almost all the gold. That's a fact. All the gold and all the silver is in the Catholic Church, the Vatican. And why? You're going to see right now in a scripture from the Bible. Facts don't care about people's feelings. In the scripture in the Bible, it says, all the gold and all the silver are mine, said the Lord. So if it belongs to God, it belongs to his church, the Catholic Church. I know some of you are going to attack me. I know some of you are going to get offended. Sorry. I'm just trying to give you education. Okay? It was the Catholic Church, and if it wasn't because of the Catholic Church, you will not be able to exchange. I'm sorry. So what happened now? Let me show you what's happening now. Okay? This comes from WikiLeaks. I'm going to put it in English because it was in English. Conservative Pope Benedict. You see that? Conservative Pope Benedict was forced to resign by the deep state. Saint Malachy is a saint from the Catholic Church. 500 years ago, he prophesied that there will be two types of popes, a black pope and a white pope. A black pope and a white pope. For many, many hundreds of years, because that prophecy was done 500 years ago, many of us thought that we're finally going to have a black man, or black man being a pope. No, because the prophetic word is a mystery. The black pope represents the cabal. The white pope represents God. And it looked like Saint Benedict is the white pope. I reported that he moved from the Vatican to Germany. And why did he move to Germany? He moved to Germany because we are going to have a purge in the Catholic Church. Because Jesus Christ himself, when he gave Peter his church and the keys of heaven, he told them the gates of hell will not prevail on my church. That's the Catholic Church. Amen. So we know that we got corruption. We know that we have pedophiles. We know that we have the cabal in the church because the devil, the enemy, Satan, will not stop attacking the real church of the living God.
Wow.
Those are fact, people. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry that you have to hear this from me. But I have to give you facts. I know some of you will say, no, it was the way. That does not compensate anything. Go to Israel. Try to find the church of the way. There is no church of the way. Try to find a church of Pentecostals of 500 years. There is no church of Pentecostals of 500 years. Try to find one church, a Pentecostal or a Protestant church in Israel that has more than 200 years. There is none. No history. We got a history. And there's only 3 types of the major religions in Israel: Jewish, Catholic, and Islam. And Islam was implemented there by force, not because people wanted to become Muslims. You need to learn history. Now what happened now? Take a look. This is in Spanish, but I'm going to put it in English. Let me see if I can put it in English. There you go. They denounced that the Vatican was hacked by China. Haven't I been telling you about hacking by the cabal? Yes or no, Karen? I mean, not Karen, sorry. Shala. I'm sorry, but I'm so used to Karen.
No problem, no problem.
All right, Shala, tell me. Have I been talking about hacking?
Yes, you have.
I've been talking about hacking for a long time. China is the dragon. Take a look at your Bible, people. What is the dragon? Isn't that enemy of the Lord? Isn't that enemy of God, the dragon? And many of you are praising the family dragon. Why are you praising the enemy of God? See that? So we know that this Pope may, and I say may because I don't know because it's a mystery, could be the Black Pope. This Pope, St. Francis, is the most liberal Pope we ever had. And I'm not the only one who does not like the way he leads the church. There are millions of us. We are 1.79 billion Catholics around the world, and the big majority don't like this man because of what he says and how he leads the Catholic Church. But since I can be totally wrong because the Lord, I don't know how he's going to do it, we all remember that there was a Protestant prophet named King Clement who he said that the Lord was going to steal him. I'm going to steal the Pope, he said the Lord. And everybody will say, certainly, Jesus has done beautiful things in the Pope. It could be Francis. Why? Because the Lord will protect his church. Okay? Also, let me remind you, there's a prophetic word of another Protestant prophet who talks about all roads leads to Rome.
Yes.
Watch my presentation of PowerPoint. I'm about to shock you. Okay?
Let's get it.
All right, so let's go to my Twitter account again. Now you know. So, I've been saying, I welcome your serious insults. There you go. All right, now, this guy is Biden, and he does not want to open business. What he wants you to know is that it's more important the climate change than open the business, than open the economy, because he's a cabal. Okay? He wants to convince you that there is a climate change and it's more bigger than the damn coronavirus.
Oh, man.
Isn't that something?
You know what I saw today?
What?
I don't even know if I should bring this up, but
go ahead.
I saw a young woman today stand up at a climate control meeting and scream that we need to be eating the babies.
Oh, you saw that in a video, right? I did play it. I did play it in a show. Yes, I did play it before in the show. Yeah, she was crying. She was trying to convince. And you know, that's also prophetic. King Clement said that they want you to eat your babies. Yes, your children. Your children will no longer be your food. That is prophetic.
Okay? I was wondering, whose babies has she been eating? What's their names?
I'm telling you.
And how much it's helped.
Yes, that's a spiritual. That's the spirit. That's the evil spirit of the enemy.
Wow.
All right, so let me explain to you about this. Because many of you don't know what's going on. In my PowerPoint presentation, I'm talking about a purge. Mm-hmm. That's what's happening right now. They are trying to accuse this man, which is he's the Attorney General, who is wiping out, who is actually wiping up the establishment. Donald Trump, right? But who's doing it? His attorney. And they don't want him around. That's why they're accusing him. All right? So understand that. Now they're introducing Creepy Joe to the children. Because he's a pedophile. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. They're going to target your children. I think I mentioned that before in another show, right? During the Super Bowl. I told you, I decoded that they're going to go after your children. Take a look. Creepy Joe is after your children. I don't want to talk with this fat guy. All right, so let's go back over here. Now, take a look on the allies. Take a look. We're having tremendous riots in Iraq. And it's going to get worse in Iraq and Iran. And after that happened, watch what's going to happen in the month of August. Wait for my PowerPoint presentation. All right, so right now, this is a hint. We are on high alert. Asian markets advance after Wall Street rally as gold extend gains. It will come from South Asia, and it will move to the Middle East. And that will probably come with a break in the financial system in the Middle East. All right. Also, I told you about that they want to delete your credit. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Right, Shala? And now
Yes.
what happened? Equifax is leaving Credit Karma. And you're going to see this tendency of these credit companies doing something weird. And many of you will say, well, okay, so they don't want to use it. What is that big deal? You don't know the agenda. And everything I've been telling you has been coming through. They're going to delete your records. They're going to delete you. And that's when you're going to get hurt. Because if you got a beautiful credit line, it's going to be gone. And they're going to introduce a new credit line. And it's going to be led by China, by the devil. Because the devil, the enemy, will try to take your blessings before the RB, during the RB, and after the RB.
This is going to upset a lot of people because I know a lot of people like myself that work on our credit diligently.
Exactly.
So.
Also, I posted this about a giant footprint in Thailand. A giant footprint. What did I tell you about the new paradigm? Anything that you believe that never happened, it was just it was fantasy. It will come true.
I want to chime in right here. So my dive partner, we dive in twos. He's from Kentucky, and down where he's from, right out in his backyard, they have been known to see Bigfoot prints.
Bigfoot exists. There's a population of, the last time I heard from the elite, there's a population of 3,000 Bigfoots.
In Kentucky, right near where I live at.
Wow.
An hour probably south of me.
I had a lady in another state, I think it was Montana. She said that a family of Bigfoot just crossed, they crossed the street as they were going, and like 17 cars just stopped, and they all watched the family cross the streets. He said that the one guy, supposedly be the leader, he was like about 15 foot tall. 15 foot tall.
I can't even imagine. Although my dive partner said that he actually had a handprint on his window where like the Bigfoot was looking in his window, and it was not possible for it to be any kind of human.
Wow.
Yeah.
You
so
see?
This is a true story.
Yeah, that's what the discoveries guy. That's the new paradigm. All right. So we still on high alert, guys. We are still on high alert. You need to see my pay-per-view, my special report. And this is the possible RB agreement. All right? The possible RB agreement is coming, and probably will be published until tomorrow. Why until tomorrow when I told you it was going to be today? Because I still getting intel. And if you're going to pay $25 for my report, you better have all the updated info, right?
Right.
That's why. Okay? All right. So possible until tomorrow will be published. We're going to work on the special report today with Karen, because Karen's going to be in my special report. And we're going to wait for to upload it. All right? Now, we've been talking about the protesters and all that stuff. So I want you guys to please follow this man. Follow the Attorney General. They're going to try to accuse. Actually, this is what they're telling. They're telling the people that Donald Trump is the threat for the American people. That's what they say. It is a threat for the establishment, for the corrupt, not for the American people. Okay? And they're trying to kill the character of this man right here. Because they are threatened by the Attorney General because he's going to clean the swamp. Got it?
Got it.
All right. All right, so let me go see if I can see something else that I can bring it up. This is the protests that are still going on in Iraq. And let me see, in this part is the same thing, which is I'm going to close it. But before I close it, let me go over here. Let me remind you, the Iraq Stock Exchange still closed since July the 27th. Right now is July the 30th. Okay? Let me remind you that there's a reason why I want you to remember that. All right? So let me go over here. Also, remember about the liquidity. They are looking for liquidation to all the banks. Okay? Also, let me tell you about this. Let me just say, United Nations proposes temporary basic income as a lifeguard in the face of the pandemic for almost 3 billion people. Billion. Why are they doing that? Why are they keep sending us free money? Why the United States keep doing it? Why the UN is following the example? There's a justice. Excuse me?
So I've been hearing that there might be another stimulus going out very soon. Is that going to be true, or have you heard that to the agenda?
It is going to be true. We're going to receive 2 checks now.
Yay. So we're not 1, but 2.
Yes,
everybody.
But it's not a good thing. It is not a good thing. You need to know the agenda. I will let you know the agenda in my special report, the possible RB agreement. Once again, if you go to my link that is going to be underneath in the description box in YouTube, you just click and register in my Vimeo website, where you can be notified when this video is uploaded. It's not out there. It's not out there yet, okay? I have a lot of people coming to me and say, Benny, can you give me your Patreon link? Guys, I do not use Patreon. I use Vimeo. Okay? I do not use Patreon. I used to use Patreon, but it didn't work for me. Got it?
Got it.
All right, so that's the reason why. So I'm using Vimeo. Many people like Vimeo. All right, so let's go over here. And as you know, Forex today is sell-off nearing exhaustion, meaning that it's running out. So as time goes by, you're going to see more news about the dollar plunging. Okay, plunging. You're going to see that. You're going to see a lot of news. Do not be afraid. I'm gonna tell you one more time. Do not be afraid. In my special report, in my special PowerPoint, you will see that I will mention that the dollar will devalue tremendously. But that's not God's agenda. That is the elite's agenda, the cabal agenda. Got it?
Got it.
So don't be afraid. All right. You have any questions, Chala?
I have a few. So last time we spoke about the tryout date. So do we have a date yet for the first tryout?
Yes, for the first tryout of the RB, it will be revealed in the possible RB agreement. That's tonight and will be uploaded tomorrow. Okay?
Yay.
All right, I'll give you the date. All right, what else?
Oh, so we talked about Judy Shelton and monetary reforms and economics and the Great Surrender. Do we have any updates?
All right, so what's happening with Judy Shelton is that she's right now against the cabal. She's right now against the deep state. They don't want her around because she's going to basically destroy the cabal because they've been controlling the Federal Reserve Bank. So the agenda is the same, guys. is the Nexara agenda, which is basically find the justification and the logic to remove the Federal Reserve Bank. Okay? Ooh. It's not going to be for a stupid law called Nexara. It is not a law. It is an agenda. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Anything else?
Yes. So this question is going to be important for everybody listening. Do the people want to start looking for real estate because they are planning to RV? Will there be a housing bubble?
The housing bubble is about to explode. When the housing bubble explode, there will be a tremendous fall of the real estate industry. All the prices, all the values of the home are going to go down. And after that, when we got our blessing, then we'll be able to buy several properties because they're going to be cheap enough for us to buy it. Wait for instructions. Wait for instructions. See that?
But
that's the logic.
To say everybody should be shopping the market for
yes, you're free to do so. Yeah, why not? I have a lady, she's a very good friend of mine. She told me, I would love to buy the home, but it's $3.5 million. I'm going to say, wait until the market goes down. How low do you think it's going to go down? You're probably going to save yourself about $2 million.
Wow.
That's how bad it's going to be. I'm not lying. Wait for my PowerPoint. Wait.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? This is the reason why you need to wait for that. Be patient, guys. I know many of you don't want to be patient. But that's the way it is. It's a virtue, right? It's a virtue to be patient. I'm patient. I've been very patient for a long time. Do I want the
patience?
Do I want the RB? Of course I want the RB. I want to get the hell out of here.
Mm-hmm, me too.
You know what I'm saying?
But, and I know I'm ready.
You and 25 million people already.
Right. Right. Amen to that.
But that's the way it is, guys. Another question, Suha?
No, I think that's all for today.
That's all? Okay. All right. All right, guys. So what we're going to do right now, we're going to go to the PowerPoint because it's too early right now. It is 8:14 a.m. Pacific.
And it's 11:14 Eastern Standard Time.
There you go. In the state of
Ohio.
The state of Ohio. This is not Canada.
Ohio.
Yes, Ohio. So there you go. So right now we don't have like tremendous. Yes. So right now we don't have that much. As for all, this is a video for the month end. So we're just gonna go through all the information that the elites have been giving us for the month of August. So be prepared. And now let's go to the PowerPoint. Okay, welcome to your PowerPoint. And now we're gonna get serious. I'm gonna give you a warning. Okay? The information that I'm about to release can actually be used against me and can actually kick me out of YouTube. I'm doing it because I need to warn you guys. Because August is the beginning of the great change. Some of you are going to say, oh, the big change, the revaluation of currencies. It could be. We all hope so, right, Chala?
Right.
But before we exchange, we need to have meaningful change. Meaningful change so the world will be a better place. Because that's what the reset is all about. Delete everything that did not work and start all over again. That's the meaning. That's the logic. And that's the justification. In this picture, you will see water. There's a storm coming out. And as it reflects in the weather, it will reflect in your spirit. It will reflect the way you feel about yourself. You're going to feel that you're going to be drowning because things are not going to be pretty. The topics that we are going to cover are the following. We're going to talk about the purge. Then we're going to talk about the storm that is coming out. Then there will be a big depression. And then the beginning of the great change in the month of August. Now let's talk about the purge. This month is the beginning of the great purge. If we want to reset, we need to get rid of corruption. Take a look what's happening in California. Our government has been caught cheating, and he is about to get a great scandal. By the way, this month of August is the month of great scandals. The purge will cover the following. There are several sectors that will cover this big purge. The first one will be the government. Just like what's happening with the governor of California. If the liberals lose California, say bye-bye to the Democratic Party. And it will happen because it was prophesied. Then we're going to cover the sports. This is a part that Sheila loves it.
Mm-hmm.
And Hollywood. This is another part that Sheila loves it. But there's another one that is going to shake you. I've been warning all of you. What is about to happen will also purge religion.
Mm-mm-mm.
And this is the beginning of the new paradigm. August has been set up as the beginning of the new paradigm. The beginning of the big change. So let's talk about the storm. This storm one more time will be physical, which is going to happen because we're going to have tremendous storm. We're going to go right now into the season with storms, right?
Mm-hmm.
It starts in August. But it's also a storm, a spiritual storm that many of you will be suffering. You're going to feel like you are drowning. The energies are going to be too low. This month is going to be particularly violent. Why is going to be violent? Because the migration from this paradigm to the next paradigm, it will be a reflection of the history of humanity. And what is the reflection of the history of humanity? Violence, corruption, hate, etc., etc. And I've been warning you that things are not going to be pretty until then. When we migrate to the new paradigm, everything will be pretty. It will be a better place.
And this is already happening in schools. It's already happening out on the streets. It's happening in every single state, and it's speeding fast.
Definitely, we are going to have tremendous storms and a possible huge event. What it is the event that is coming? I will lie to you if I tell you that I know. I don't know. When they mention this in the meeting, we look at each other. Another one like that. We look at each other.
Wow.
And was like, another one, man? Like that. We don't know. They know
How
it.
much can we take?
That's when things seems at the worst. Oh, by the way, let's talk about seems. The word seems mean it's a perception, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a perception. So if it is a perception, it may not as big, it may not look as big and worse or grave or catastrophic as we think. Because God is going to change everything. He's going to clean it up like that. Watch for my for this presentation. Okay? It's going to make sense. Watch. The energy will be so low, there will be a great depression among people. Psychological depression, people. Why? Because I told you there are two elites. They're pushing to extend the coronavirus for years to come, and another one to finish it as soon as April 2021. So I've been giving you the pros and the cons, people. And if you don't get it, that's your problem. I've been repeating all the time. You need to understand this. So, let's talk about the depression. This month will be a lot of confusion regarding currency revaluation. Are you listening, people? Are you reading my PowerPoint? This month will be a lot of confusion regarding currencies revaluation. Now, let me explain to you what's happening right now. When Karen, because I show it to Karen first. When I showed this to Karen, Karen was shocked. Because the name of this prophet came out in the meeting. Prophet Hank Kuhneman. Why? Let me explain you why. Hank Kuhneman has a prophetic word. It's talked about the God's boom. And it was supposed to happen in a storm. And as you know, the month of August comes with a lot of storms, right? Mm-hmm. And he said in his prophetic word that when this storm that will be considered a bomb, this storm is going to be considered a bomb. Right after he finished that storm, they will have currencies revaluations. Yes, this month can be the prophetic month of Hank Kuhneman. We are going to have possible riots because as this happening in the resets, in these unstable economies, in this unstable currency going devalue, revalue, we're going to have possible riots because this month is going to be full of hate. It's going to be full of Black Lives Matter. It's going to be full of Antifa. And there will be a lot of violence in the streets. There will be more anger and more manipulation. From who? From the media. They're going to make you believe that the racist is Trump. And anybody who disagree with them is the real enemy. That is the month of August, the beginning of the great change. This month is very important for our blessing. The beginning of the great change will come with pros and a lot of blessings too. Why? Because by the end of August, according to the elites, in the beginning of September, we will have a release of the coronavirus, meaning it will be diminishing.
Not again.
No, it will be diminishing.
Oh, good, because I don't think people can handle another corona.
When I talk about release of the coronavirus, means diminishing. You're going to be released from this coronavirus by the end of August and the beginning of September. And by the end of September, we're not going to have this problem. Now, how long will it last? We don't know. This information, we don't know. But we're going to be able to travel. We want to be able to travel to places. It's going to be open. That's when probably Donald Trump will reopen the economy, right?
Right.
But I'm going to contradict myself. I told you that when we actually open in the economy, the United States, there will be hundreds of corporations going bankrupt.
Yes, you did say that. I
did say that, didn't I? Mm-hmm. I told you that they will go bankrupt because they won't be able to go on. It is possible that the month of August will have a financial collapse. Yes, within the month of August, because there's a big depression, psychological depression from the people, not be able to go out, not be able to do a normal life, it will be reflected in the markets. And we're probably going to have the financial collapse in the month of August. Yes, it's going to be pretty ugly. It's going to be so ugly that will be catastrophic for many people, spiritually and economically.
Now, I want to chime in right there before we move on to the next slide. When you say possible financial collapse, when I think about that, I think like a lot of Americans have their money in banks, and how safe are we? How safe are we to have them there? Do we need to move them into a different financial a place that's going to be more safe? Should we take our money out the banks and put them into our safes in our homes? What are you exactly saying?
All right. For those people who don't remember,
or that might be joining us new.
Yes. I have said that you need to be ready. But the word ready doesn't mean to be, okay, yes, gimme, I'm ready. No. Being ready is to be prepared. Being ready is to minimize the loss. So to minimize the loss, it means that I'm not telling you you're not going to have any loss. I'm telling you you're going to minimize the loss. It's to move your money to credit unions. But you need to understand that those credit unions can also be owned by the cabal. So how are you going to find out? Do your research. Ask questions.
Right. And we want to ask the question, is the company owned by the Fed or by the people? Correct?
Yes. If it is by the people, you are part of the shareholders.
Perfect.
In a general bank, you're not part of the shareholders. They're not looking for your best interest. They're looking for the shareholders' interest, not yours.
We need to be asking a really important question. We need to find out whether it's owned by the Fed or whether it's owned by the people, because you want to put your money in a place where you have some say.
Yes. So,
perfect.
Now, get away from credit union that says federal. I'm going to repeat that again. Get away from credit unions that says federal. The name federal is cabal.
Can you explain to us the difference between the credit union and a bank?
The credit union is owned by the depositors. The regular banks are not owned by the depositors.
Who are they owned by?
By the shareholders, the very rich.
I'm talking about the regular banks that are regulated by the Fed.
Yeah, the regular banks by the Fed are owned by the shareholders, the very rich. They own several banks. They're not looking for your best interest. They're looking for the best interest of the shareholders. When I used to be a banker, they remind me all the time, we got to take care of the shareholders. Forget about the people.
Now, do you have to live within a certain mile of a credit union to be a part of a credit union? Is this going to be a problem for the people?
Well, mostly all the banks, all that credit unions require for you to live in a certain, area near that credit union. Most. But you need to do your own research. Not all of them do the same. And also, let me also remind you that credit unions are not the only ones who can actually minimize your loss. There's also some banks that are called community banks. So look in your area if you have any community banks. It's more likely that you can find a community bank around your area than a credit union.
So it's going to be safe for all the viewers and listeners out there that they are looking and seeking for the community banks and credit unions that are owned by the people and not by the Fed. Are you guys hearing us?
Yes. Okay.
Perfect.
So it's to minimize the loss, people. One more time. Then you might think, well, if I take out my money, why would I have any loss? Hello? The devaluation of the dollar.
Now, is this going to affect everybody's retirement? What are they supposed to be doing? Are they supposed to what?
I have a letter. I have a letter that I actually called you last night, right?
Yes, you did.
And in that letter, let me tell you what's going on. In that letter, they notified me that my retirement plan was compromised.
Now, let me ask you this. Was that letter sent to you by snail mail, by email? How did you receive this message?
By U.S. mail. By U.S. mail.
U.S. mail.
Yes, your account can be compromised, and you can actually be like nothing happened in about a week, even after it's been compromised. You got the letter, and it happens a week ago.
Wow.
That's the reality, people. It's not a letter they're going to send you like 24 hours after it got compromised. No. I took my money out of my retirement because I had several retirement plans. And I took my money in retirement 2 years ago because I know the agenda. So now,
I know a lot of people are going to be sitting back thinking as they're listening, like, how do we take our money out without being penalized from retirement?
Okay,
this
first
is
of
going to
all,
alarm everybody.
Yes, because I'm not asking you to take out your money. I'm taking you to roll over.
Again,
The word is roll over.
Because when you roll over your money from one financial institution to another financial institution, there should be no penalization.
No penalties, because you're telling the government, hey, this is my money. I'm just going to move it to another institution. You shouldn't be taxing me. You shouldn't be penalizing me.
Perfect. So I thought that was very important to touch base on. So
the word is roll over, people. Okay?
Roll over.
Yes. So talk to your banker. I know he's not going to like it, but talk to the bank that you want to transfer your money. Okay?
Seek a financial advisor.
Yeah, seek your professional financial advisor. Stop listening to gurus, because gurus don't know shit about economy. Okay? So, I know it's going to be confusing for many of you. You've been warned. I've been talking about in my chat rooms. Some of you probably remember, or some of you probably forget about all this information that throughout the 5 years I've been out, we've been talking about it. So I know everything is going to look chaotic, but I got to make sure that you understand this. Down the road, the world will be a better place.
Yay.
Okay, down the road, the world will be a better place. But before that, it's going to get really ugly before it looks pretty. The great change is a change of consciousness. To understand that there's people out there so much corrupt that they don't care about you. Starting with beginners, we're starting with politicians. Starting with people who have control of your money. Starting with your best friend. Yes, your best friend. Because when you get this blessing, you need to watch your back. Don't trust anyone, not even your own family. There's a song up there called The White Horse. I've been telling Karen, you need to become a bitch. Because this song tells the truth. This is a philosophy in Hollywood. I know it because I used to hang around with them. If you want to be rich, you got to be a bitch. And why you got to be a bitch? Being a bitch doesn't make you anti-Christian. Being a bitch is make you smarter. Watch your behind. Don't believe everybody. Don't be such a naive. Don't be a retard. Watch your behind. Don't think that you're going to be covered at 24/7 by the blood. No.
It's lunchtime. Make sure to drink water.
That was Shella's Alexa. All right. So let's continue with the presentation. So, the great change is a change of consciousness. Always remember that you are going to be careful. The great change, this change of the financial system that will happen probably this month. It is a change from ignorance to knowledge. Because in the near future, from your new paradigm, guess what's going to be stronger? Is it going to be stronger faith or is it going to be stronger knowledge? Knowledge. Knowledge will be the new faith. Because you are going to know the truth. And because of that, you're going to see who are your friends and who are not your friends. You're going to realize when you were wrong and when you were right. It will be a big month in the month of August of big scandals. Yes, this month you will see big scandals just like that governor of California. It will be a month of great surrenders. Yes, it will be a month of great surrenders.
And we've seen a lot of that already, just scrolling the internet.
Yes. Millions of people will end up homeless. Millions of people will end up jobless and with no employments. The dollar will devalue tremendously. Remember what I told you in the beginning? Wait for instructions. Millions of people will not be able to bring food at their table. This is the justification of logic of their forgiveness. How many times I have told you that there is no law for Nesara Gesara? It's an agenda. Nobody will give you forgiveness out of the thin air just because you're beautiful, just because you are following, I don't know, Saint Germain. No. The great change will come with justification and the logic behind it.
So we don't have a Saint Germain that has 40 plus 40 zeros behind it.
There got to be a time, guys, that you need to listen to logic. Stop the bullshit and stop the fairy tales. Why there will be millions of people end up with homeless? They cannot pay rent. They cannot pay mortgage.
And these people could be just like you or I.
Yes. Millions of people will end up without a job. They don't want you to go out and have a job. Can you see it, guys? They want to extend the coronavirus. And there's a reason why they want to extend the coronavirus. I'm going to show you that in my special report. So if they have no job and have no employment, they're going to starve. They're going to be hungry. The Lord woke me up today at 3 o'clock in the morning. And the first thing he said, son, it's time to stretch out your hands. This is your subliminal message. Some of you will understand it and some of you won't. This is your subliminal message. Some of you will understand it and some of you will not.
And we've seemed to get away from that over the years. We've seemed to become very greedy and only want to help ourselves when really we need to be.
That's what you get from gurus. That's what you get from gurus. Yeah, that's what you're going to get from every single gurus. Oh, I'm going to get my money, my exchange. I'm going to buy this. I'm going to buy that. Tell me one thing that they come out and say, look, this is the first thing I'm going to do. Because of this crisis, which, by the way, was the first one to tell you that they're going to bring crisis in order to bring DRB in all the currencies. I was the first one. Nobody else. There's a reason why the Lord talked to King Clement. There's a reason why the Lord said this. Help the lonely. Help the hungry. Help the poor. And feed them. And clothe them. This is my desire, said the Lord. Because out of the crisis of millions of people, the Lord wants you to show the same love that feels to you, the same love that is basically saving you from the big, tremendous psychological collapse. He wants you to feed the hungry, help the lonely, and help the poor.
Yes, he did say that.
This is not your money. This is the money that just mentioned before. Because the Lord does not want, and I want to tell you this, and I know many of you are not going to like it, but the Lord does not like greedy people. He does not want you to be so greedy that the only thing that you're thinking about is just drive the big Lexus or big BMW or big luxury cars, knock yourself out, and be so into money all the time. The Lord wants you to be humble in your heart and see if you can actually help. Because what is happening right now in the United States? We are divided. We are divided by religion. We are divided by ideology, political ideology. We are divided by race. We are divided by anything. What about love? What about love, people? That's the main thing. That's what the Lord woke me up at 3 o'clock in the morning. He told me, son, you got to come out in your show and you got to talk this. You got to remember my people. So by the end of this, you can do whatever you want to do. You can attack me. You can disagree with me. By the end, you're going to have to decide whether do your own thing or whether do the will of the Lord. He will come to you and he will ask you, what have you done with my blessing? Do you help the lonely? Do you help the hungry? Or do you help the poor? What have you done?
Amen.
So, many people have accused me because whenever I do my show, whether I do it by pay-per-view or whether I do it live, right now they're accusing me and not deleting your attacks. I'm not deleting it. Notice that if you can go to any of these videos, I'm not deleting the insults and the attacks. I want the whole world to know how much you hate me. It doesn't matter if I bring you facts of intel. It doesn't matter if I bring you consciousness. The only thing that will come out of your mind is hate. I want to make sure that the whole world see your hate. Because hate brings more hate. Hate brings bad energy. I do not hate you. I may not like you, but I don't hate you. So I'm going to be attacked again. I don't care. Why? Because I promoting Atlas and beyond. And why I promoting Atlas and beyond? I promoting Atlas and beyond because I truly believe that the education you're going to get from this platform is going to bring you prosperity. There's a prophet up there whose name is Ole Alexander. She prophesies that the Lord wants me to marketplace. And she said that those who follow me will have prosperity, and those who do not follow me will not have prosperity. She also told me in the prophetic word that I am the Moses of the new times, but that the Lord wants me to cross his people over the sea of doubters. Because many of you don't believe that you can have education and become independent. Because that's the new paradigm. You've been programmed to depend in the government. You've been programmed to depend in another boss. You've been programmed to go to college, go to university, and then work for somebody else.
Yes. You know, I want to chime in right there. I've heard a lot of my friends, when they speak amongst each others and so forth like that, they say, you know, there's a lot of, you know, foreigners that come to the country, and before they even get here, they know how to open up businesses. They know how to keep a business going for years and years and years to come. But then we have all of the United States citizens going to college and putting themselves in debt to even get to a point where they even have income.
Mm-hmm. We can learn from the illegals. Yes, we can learn from the illegals. How do you think they can survive? I admire the illegals. I mean, I accept them, but I admire them. You know why? Because they come over here, they don't pay taxes, they don't have no commodities for the governments, okay? And then they're successful. They become to have their own apartment. They can buy their own homes. They do it with hard work.
Yes.
We can learn from them, but that's what's happening. Then we see a lot of people, oh, you're taking my job away. Well, try to work as cleaning the toilet. Hey, I'm telling you the truth. Try to clean toilets. Try to clean shit.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to love it. I bet you will. But you're going to come out and say, yeah, I will do it. If they pay me the right amount. No. There's something that is called free enterprise. Do you know what is free enterprise, Sheila?
Go out and start your own company and make it.
Exactly. It means free. You're going to choose anyone you want to work with. If it is cheaper, you go for it, right?
That's what I've been doing.
There you go. It is common sense, people. It is common logic and common justification.
Mm-hmm.
You may not like it because they're legal. They don't have the right to be in this country. But there's a jungle out there, and you're going to do whatever it takes to survive. If you can save yourself some hundreds of thousands of dollars a year by paying an illegal, guess what's going to happen? Who created this situation? The deep state. Think about that.
Very interesting.
This is my link, divineintel.myatlasbeyond.com, and I also put carriemccoy.myatlasbeyond.com. Anyone you want to join with, you're welcome. Let me also tell you that the company, and I'm going to repeat this again. I think I repeated it one time. The company decided to increase the monthly fee. They wanted to increase it from $99 to $119 a month. I disagree. And I told the leaders in the company that I was about to bail out. I disagree tremendously. I had people coming to me very, very angry at me because I did not want my people to pay too much monthly. And another opportunity that I had, I was on another platform similar to this one. Guess why I bailed out? Because they increased the monthly.
Can I stop you right there? Just for any new listeners, can you just give a brief description of Atlas and Beyond, please?
Sure. Atlas and Beyond is a platform where you can learn how to trade, how to become a professional trader, both in Spanish and English.
Mm-hmm.
You can trade stock markets in the SP 500, SP 300, cryptocurrencies, and paper currencies. You can make a living doing that.
So when you guys lose your jobs and you're at home before you go homeless,
because the new paradigm, new paradigm will be done in homes, people. I'm sorry to tell you that. Yes, you're gonna be stuck in the internet. Because as I tell you, I'm not going to contradict myself, there's a lead out there who wants to prevail you to go out and do business by promoting crisis, by extending the crisis with many pandemics. You need to be prepared for the new paradigm. How much pandemics are we going to have? Hopefully not that many. How many crises we're going to have? Hopefully it will end up because the agenda of God will prevail of all agendas. I'm just giving you this information so you and your family can be protected. Whether you believe it or not, that is your choice. I'm not put a gun in your head. I'm not putting a gun in your head. Did I make myself clear, Chala?
you made yourself very clear.
So once again, people, I got more information about this information that I just releasing in this report and that possible agreement that will be released for sure tomorrow because I'm still getting intel. There are two ways to donate in my show. These are the two ways. One is done by PayPal, paypal.me at the Fake News Show, and you can mail your money order to Ben Wilson, 3680 Wilshire Boulevard, P.O. Box 1245, Suite P04, Los Angeles, California 90010. Do you have any last words, Shala?
I just want to thank everybody.
All right, so that was Shala. She did wonderful today one more time. Please give me your comments below. Let me know how she did. And to all my trolls and enemies, I love you. And to all my jets, I truly love you. And to all my people and Currency 365 team, we love you, we respect you, and we follow you too.
Love, love, love.
Love, love, love. Be ready. I know things are not going to be pretty, and they're still going to continue being very chaotic. But there's a light down the road. And that light will bring you to the new paradigm. The prophetic new gold era prophesied by my ancestors, the Mayans. Thank you so much for your attention. God bless you and everybody in your family.
Amen.
Keep the faith strong. God bless you. God keep you. And I'll see you next time.